Aren't you gonna feel like she's your sister?
Okay, let me ask you. You as a Muslim, you are allowed to marry your cousin, correct?
Not really.
Who said that?
Who said that? That is as as the way I was taught. That is something that is not preferred to do.
So it's not, is it based on Islam or based on your family that told you it's not right?
Basically, it's based on Islam.
Oh, okay, so it's based on Islam.
So basically, my dad believes, and my grandpa believes that marrying from somebody that is not from
Yeah.
the family
Yeah.
is better, because marrying from the family could cause problems.
Yeah, but what the Quran says is the opposite. The Quran says it is lawful for you to marry
It is
the daughters.
lawful to marry your cousin, not your
Yes.
sister,
Yeah,
not your brother.
this is what I asked you. I said to you, so you cannot marry from someone just because she drank milk with you, but you are marrying a cousin who have your blood already.
Well, the thing is, like I said, there's a difference between. Okay, so how does love is planted into your heart as a baby?
Hmm.
How is it planted?
What that have to do with the milk?
Well, it's because it's from your mother.
What if I take milk from a cow or a goat? She is a mother too. The mother, the goat is a mother. The goat, she don't have always milk.
See, the thing is, you cannot compare a human to an animal.
Why we cannot? Why we cannot?
Why? Because God said that God said that the humans are not the same as
No, he said
animals.
no. He said that animals are community like you, and they have even Quran. Don't you know that?
Hold on. No, I actually know this one, but I just don't know the ayah. I just want to find the ayah.
The Quran says, وَمَا مِن دَابَّةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَا طَائِرٌ يَطِيرُ بِجَنَاحَيْهِ إِلَّا أُمَمٌ أَمْثَالُكُمْ مَا فَرَّطْنَا فِي الْكِتَابِ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. Animals are Muslims like you, and they are community. So what the difference between drinking the goat milk and drinking a woman goat milk? And same time, we are going far away from our topic. How that if the man drink the women milk, even if there is milk, you just said that she is not forbidden for him still. So what the point?
Well, like I said, the point is, if you don't agree with me on this, let's not take it religiously, and I hope you don't get offended. I would think that somebody is ridiculous when they're gonna marry somebody that they were breastfed from the same mother.
Okay, I'm asking you now about your prophet. He ordered the women who have no milk anyway to give her breast to a man, and you are the one who did read for me that it says there this man is still lawful for her. So what the point? So what the point? What we did now? What we did by making this woman giving her breast to that man? What is the accomplishment?
Yes, it's in there. Go ahead. That guy never came for his phone? No, he never did. Here. The thing that we were talking about was breastfeeding in adults, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, when you're gonna be breastfed, you're a family.
But you just said he's allowed still to have sex with her if he is a grown man. That the forbidden only is for children. This is what you say. What it says in front of you in the page. Okay, so what the point of having a woman giving her breast to a man?
Well, that child, before he become an adult,
this is not a child now.
Already, well, he was a child, correct?
But now he's a man. We're talking about a man.
Yes.
We're not talking about breastfeeding for a child. We're talking about the breastfeeding for adult. He is a man now.
Yes.
So what we will do if a woman she gave her breast to this man? What happened?
Well, you do agree on me with when I said that the love gets planted when you are a child, not when you're an adult.
Okay, so let us say that's fine, no problem. What about the man now? Our problem is the man.
Well, the man was a child, and the love was already planted in him when he was a child.
But the man, he did not suck the women when he was a child. He's asking her now, and then this man now is a grown man to give her boobs to him. He's not a child no more. He's a man. It's in front of you.
Correct.
The hadith. Okay, so what the point of giving a man the boobs of a woman? She don't even have milk, and she is a grown woman, and he is a grown man. Do you think really a man, he sucked a woman's breast, he will behave?
He will behave.
Yeah. Do you think it's right for a woman to give her breast to a stranger? Do you think a woman, she will not get excited and the man will not get excited? What's the point of this? This is a perverted behavior. What do you
So,
say, Aziz? I don't
go
want
ahead.
to. Don't take anything I say to you personal, please. I respect you.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not.
Imagine me. Let us say about me. I don't want to make it about you, so you don't get offended. Imagine
No,
I'm a
it's okay.
Muslim. I
Go
opened
ahead.
the door of my house and I found a man in the couch with my wife, and he is suckling her nipples. I said, "What are you doing?" She said to me, "My honey, the Prophet said, if a man he will enter the house, and this is the cable guy, I cannot let him enter without suckling my breast."
Well, the thing is that man is not going to enter the house without a man in the house.
Well, he is already in the house. As you see, this man, he is in the house. He lived there.
Well, that guy grew up in that house since he was a
My
little
friend,
kid.
doesn't matter. The husband is unhappy for seeing a stranger in his house. Still, he is not her son. If you have a slave, doesn't mean he's not a man. He is her slave. He is not her son. He is not her brother. He is just a stranger. So
He'll be back. Sorry.
yeah, he is just a stranger anyway. So what the point? What Muhammad accomplished by making this man, or this is an order for all Muslim women, and this is a verse in the Quran too, that she have to do it 10 times. What is the point if you still can have sex with her? You are the one who said to me,
You don't
still.
want crime. Just apple. No, apple. I'm sorry, sir.
It's okay, Aziz. It's okay, Aziz. This guy is busy. Anyway, guys, he's a nice guy, but obviously he's trying to defend this madness. But you cannot defend that. Thank you, Aziz, for calling. Anyway, guys, so today we cover something very important about Islam, but we don't really cover everything. The most important thing about Islam, that this religion have no ethic. No ethic. And it's stupid. What kind of a prophet he order me or order my wife to give her boobs to a stranger? And what kind of a religion practice such a practice? It doesn't make sense. And the funny that Mr. Aziz, he said he is the person who go by logic. But I am sure now he is like, what the heck is this? I mean, what the heck of this is a religion? The ethic of Islam is bad in any way, any place you go. What about the Prophet ordering the man that he can beat his wife? Since when beating women will fix relationship? Since when beating women will make a family better? Since when man he should beat his wife because he's a man? Where is the ethic? It is the opposite. A man should not harm a woman, for if he does, he's a coward. Do we agree, guys? A real man, he practice his muscles on a woman, he is a coward, he's a potato. So what kind of religion, the ethic of it, I can beat women, I have the right to jail them, I have the right to shout at them, I have the right even to force them to give their boobs to a stranger. This is God and this is a religion. الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض. Allah, He favor men upon women. Why? Why? Because they spend their money on them. What the heck? Men are the protectors and maintainers of women because Allah has given one more other strength. What does that mean? If you have more strength, He is the protector and the maintainer. What if the woman she have more strength? If the strength is the reason, there's many men, they cannot even fight a woman. And I'm very serious about that. There's women, they can beat 3 men in the same time. Who told you that all men are stronger than women? No, it's not the same said in the Bible. The Bible speak about the man, he have a duty, not the man he can beat his wife. The man have a duty to provide to his family, not he have a duty to beat his wife. The head of the house in the Bible is the man, yes, but the head of the house too in the women in the Bible, she is the queen of the house. The Bible describe the head of the house is the church and Jesus. Jesus is the same as the husband, and the church is the same as the wife. So the same as Jesus, he gave himself to the church, the man should give himself to the wife, which means absolute love and giving with no return. You don't wait for return. You don't beat the church. Jesus did not beat the church. He did not humiliate the church. He gave himself for the church. Yeah, when you read it from Timothy, you read exactly a verse. In order to understand the Bible, my friend, you read the whole chapter and you will see that you are wrong. We just said that in the Bible it teaches that the man is the head of the house, and the head of the house is the same as Jesus, who gave himself to the church, which means the Bible made the women equal to the church, and there's no Christian he will humiliate the church. A Christian, he should defend, protect, provide, and give himself the same as Jesus he gave himself to the church. This is what the Bible teach. What people do, they take a verse and they cut it out, and they say, okay, the Bible says that. We are talking about a person or a God who speak of beating women, disrespecting them, jailing them, and Jesus never taught such a thing. Jesus taught us, even in the Old Testament, that when the man and the woman they get married, they become one, not two. So how we are one, but yet we are insulting each other? How we are one, but we are not respecting each other? Show me where in the Bible, Mr. Animos, Jesus, he told the man that the woman, she should be beaten as an example, or the wife, she should be treated like garbage. Can you show me that? The Bible teach that the man is the head of the house, yes, but the head of the house is the same as Jesus, the head of the church. This is what the Bible says. So you don't take a phrase and you say this is what the Bible teaching. You teach, you give me the teaching of the Bible, not a teaching of 2 words. So the Quran and the religion of Islam is suffering badly from ethic. What about jailing them? You see, the Muslim in their translation, they put falsely the word first. Like you see here the word first. What first? There's no first and there is no next. The man, he can punish his wife by not having sex with her, but the woman, she cannot do the same. Can the Muslim women do the same? Can the Muslim man do the same? Or the Muslim women, sorry? No, he cannot. As simple as that. And you see, like when somebody this person in the text, he posts for you a verse, but he will not post what the chapter is saying, because this is how people they play games. I am challenging him. He keeps saying to me that the Bible says the man is the head of the women. So we said that already, and we gave you what the Bible says. The man is the head of the house, not the head of the woman, which means he's the head of the family. That's what the Bible teach. However, the same as Jesus is the head of the church, and he gave himself to the church, this is how the man, he gave himself to his wife. So the man is the head of the house. That does not mean the woman is the tail of the house. The man is a head for something he will sacrifice himself for, not destroy. And there's a huge difference. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hey,
How are
my
you?
friend, how are you doing?
You okay?
Well, fine.
You're fine, yeah. That's good. That's good to hear. It was a nice chat with the other fella that you were speaking earlier.
Yeah.
The one who was working. I think, at least I think he was trying to be honest, unlike some people. The question I wanted to ask, basically, let's pretend that I am a Muslimah and I simply just I want to divorce my husband and don't have proof of him cheating or anything. What are the reasons that a Muslim woman can divorce her husband, and how does she need to go through it? Because we know with a Muslim guy, with a man, he can say, is it triple talaq or whatever it's called?
Yeah, the woman in Islam, she can ask for divorce, but it's up still to her husband to do so or not. And in the same time, this is called al-khula, which means she is the one who is trying to get out. And based on al-khula, she deserves no dowry and deserves no money from the husband. So she will lose everything. She can ask for divorce, and if he agree,
the children as well.
If he agrees, she will lose everything. She cannot take with her anything, even her clothes, which he gave her. She have to leave it at home. Anything he gave her before, she have to leave, for she is the one is leaving. However, if the man decide to do so, which mean not based on her request, then he have to pay her what he promised in the contract of nukah, which is the contract of sex. So because he is the employer and he is the one who finished the contract, and now it's time for her to get her, let us say, wages. Okay, but if she decide to leave, she have no right for wages.
Okay.
Yeah, she can. But then even though if she asks for divorce,
she can leave. Sorry.
Yeah.
She can leave for any reasons she wants, right?
She can, if he approve it anyway. At the end of the day, he have to approve. He have to agree.
Oh, he has to agree.
Oh yeah,
let's
No,
let's say the husband.
No. If you don't want,
the husband is nasty and
Yeah.
he doesn't want to agree.
Today,
The woman
they
doesn't have the proof to prove anything. It really just doesn't like this man.
She cannot.
How can she divorce him?
She cannot.
She cannot.
She cannot. But in modern court, in some Islamic countries, like I heard that in Egypt now, they made a new law where the woman, she can ask for divorce because the violence is increasing, and women, they are committing suicide or stuff like this. So they come with a solution saying that women, she can ask, but even if the husband did not agree, if she can prove that he is beating her like to almost to death, like she
Not a normal beat.
Yeah, she been taken to hospital and she have a report that almost she died, or he is doing like torture, like burning her skin by some crazy men. They hit some metal and they touch her, or a knife, or they have a sexual madness fantasy where they hurt the women during that. So if she can prove such a thing, she can get a divorce. But normally, if the divorce is just because she don't want him no more, she have to give up all her rights, and he have to agree. Then she can get her divorce. Yeah.
No, I've watched something. It was like on the TV. They were trying to show the woman went and asked for divorce, and then the Sharia court basically said, you know, try it and see. Let's try it again, see if things, and then come back to us and so forth. So it was more of try and see first and come back. So I was thinking, what are actually the rights of a divorce for a woman? Because I mean, one of the arguments that Muslims try and use is that we as a Christians, we shouldn't divorce. And then they say, oh, what if the woman wants a divorce, the husband is abusive and all of this, you know, we in Islam, we let the woman divorce and so forth, you know. So I wanted to,
a woman she cannot, you see, in Islam there's no marriage. In Christianity, marriage is real. In Islam there's a sex contract, and this sex contract can be finished even by text message. You can go right now and search. You will find that it's allowed in many Islamic countries because of the phone.
It was in there's a national. It was in a national radio.
Right.
There is you know, Majid Nawaz. You know him. I think you made the video about him.
Right. Yeah.
Basically, when he talks about usually about Islam, and he tends to be like the liberal and so forth. You know, I think he's left Islam, to be honest. But he uses Islam to make a name for himself, because he's got he ends up having a place in the radio station. So people cannot say you're being Islamophobic, because he says, well, I'm a Muslim. So he was talking about the triple talat. Is it talat?
Yes, talat. Yeah.
Yeah. He was talking about the triple talat, how it's happening, and so many women were calling in. This is in UK, you know. So many women were calling, and this woman was saying, basically, the husband divorced her, but then they wanted to get back together, so she had to go and have sex with another man in a hotel in order to get back to him, to make the marriage. You know, this was on live on the radio. I actually couldn't believe I was hearing that. You know.
Yeah, this is in the Quran anyway.
You know, this is in UK. This is in UK live on radio show. Not one woman. There were so many women that were calling saying this is a big problem, because these people cannot get back together. You know, and they really regret what's happened. You know, they want to go back and they couldn't get back. That sort of thing. You know, so yeah. I believe everything you're saying, because I mean, these people were phoning in. Even we're talking in Western world. We're not talking in, I don't know. Well,
this is what the Quran says. The Quran says if a man divorces his wife 3 times, she cannot get back to him until she a new guy, and then that guy he divorced her, and then she can go back to her husband.
Well,
it
doesn't say just I think it says taste the juice. You know.
Yes. You know, the hadith says taste her juice and she tastes his juice, but the Quran used the word tankah, which means to So if a woman
does it,
yeah, the Quran used the word tankah.
The F word.
Yeah, the F word. The hadith says, the prophet, he said that if a woman she got divorced 3 times, she can't get back unless she tastes his juice and he tastes her juice.
So the Quran really uses that word. What do Muslims admit to that word, or do they say it means it has a different meaning?
If you remember, we have a guy who called us. His name is Nightmare, and he gave us.
I cannot forget him.
Yeah, he gave us a website, and we went there, and we found that taste asilatahu. The word asila is the orgasm. He tried to deny first. He said this is not about his juice, and he said his sweetness. So we went to the dictionary and we looked for the word asila, and we found that it says that asila, it means until he tastes her orgasm and she tastes his orgasm.
Yeah. So it is for the man to accept the divorce, and if the man doesn't accept the divorce, then basically,
you know, let me tell you what some men they do. Because the woman, she is allowed to ask for divorce, but then she will lose all her money. So what some men do, Like, let's say he want to get rid of this woman, what he would do, he would be so harsh on her, beat her every day, humiliate her, and then he says, if you want, he keeps saying to her, well, if you want, ask for divorce, because he want her to ask, so she would go out with nothing. You know what I mean? Because if she asks,
and if she goes, because you know, even in UK we do have Sharia courts. You know, not necessarily massive courts, is, you know, one of these small places where the Muslims go and do their own private dealings, you know. So there are Sharia courts in UK. So what happens is that they go and do these divorces between themselves,
right?
And a lot of them fall into that because they'll say, look, if you're gonna go to a main court, you're gonna get shamed by the community, because of, you know, sometimes they live in a group of, say, a Muslim area, more or less, you know, they always live sort of in groups. So you don't, so there will be a big community for that person there if she goes through another court and tries to do it a dodgy way, you know, so they're under pressure to go through that court.
Well, anyway,
yeah, I mean,
but I mean, whatever they do there, we are talking about Islam in general, doesn't matter which country. If a man, he want to get rid of the woman, all what he need to do to make her go without anything he promised her even to pay, even the gift he gave her, he just humiliate her, and then he give her the choice. If you want, just ask for divorce. He will not divorce her himself, because then if he divorce her without her request, he have to pay her. So this is, even the solution is not for the benefit of the woman, it's for the benefit of the man, because it's still, why okay, if she asks for a divorce, she have to lose everything. Why? You know, so this is not, was not done for the sake of the woman, it was done for the sake of the man. It is a solution for him to give her nothing. So she did marry him, she did live with him for many years. Let us say a woman, she marry a man for 20-30 years, and now he start beating the hell of her because he want to make her ask for divorce, so he will pay her nothing, and the money he will save from her, he can go and get a brand new girl who is maybe 12 years old, or even 9, or even 6. You know, so this is not a solution for the woman, that the woman, she can ask for divorce, because it is not an equal right anyway. She don't get.
So it is completely like an employment contract. You know, you have redundancies,
right,
where you have to pay the employer for the service that they've done.
If you quit,
so let's say, I don't know what you call it in US, but in UK we call it redundancies. So if you work, say, for a company for 10 years and they no longer need you because they haven't got that role anymore, you know, you're the driver now, they don't need any driver anymore because they're no longer doing deliveries, so they don't have any other role. What they do is they make you redundant. That's what we call it in UK, which means then they pay you for a couple of years that you've done the service. You know,
I think
you don't just get sacked.
They pay
Whereas
you,
if you want to leave, you don't get any bonuses. You just don't get paid.
Right. This is exactly what it is. So if they are the ones kicking you, they give you, like some countries, they give you 1 month salary for every year.
Yeah.
You know?
In UK they do that. 1 month is 1 month or 1 week or something like this.
1 month salary for every year. So let's say if you work for 20 years, then we give you salaries of 20 years a month.
And in UK, if you are over 55 years and somebody does, you know, makes you redundant, they have to pay you all the pension up to the age of pension age, which could be 67, 65, 67.
Yeah. Well, so, the poor Muslim woman, she will lose everything, and she will be, and even, you know, I know a story of a guy. This is a long time when I was like a very young, in a teenage. There's a guy, he's a Bedouin, and he did not show up to the school, etc. You know, we walked and talked together. We are, you know, he's in our classroom. So I told him, hey, Muhammad, what happened? Where you been, man? He said, man, it's a long story. My dad, he divorced my mother, you know, and his mother is an old woman now. And he said we were looking for her for a place to live, to stay. And the dowry he paid her is not enough to buy a TV. So what happened? This woman, she did marry him, let us say 30 years ago. And let us say at that time he promised her $300, but at that time $300 can buy a big farm. If he divorced her, the contract they write down that if I divorce you, You know, let's say like let's use the currency of Iraq before Saddam.
They do have to disclose all their income and everything and do like a proper contract, because I think
not income.
some of your listeners,
not
your
income.
listeners don't
No, not income.
you know, this whole contract about the money that is there, I think.
Yeah, this is not income. He he sign a contract saying, I will pay you a down payment, etc. for now, and then if I divorce you, you will receive a final payment of etc. And this is
this has to be done in a proper Muslim wedding.
Yes, and before the marriage.
So there has to be a buy contract and exit contract.
Yes, the exit contract is the most important for the Muslim women. That's why they ask now, in order to make it very hard for the Muslim man to get rid of them when they get old. They ask for a very high number as a protection. So if you divorce me, okay, I want $500,000. Now, if this guy he signs such a thing, he's in trouble. But what he will do, as I told you, there's a solution. Okay, if I divorce you, you will get 500,000. But what if I make you divorce me? You get nothing. So he beat her every day. He humiliate her every day. He can spit at her. He can do whatever he want every day. What she can do about it? In Islamic countries, most of them, if the man he don't leave marks in the body to the point is breaking bones, or even if he have marks like a blue in the skin, it's okay. But if the marks is the kind will cause like a permanent damage, which is going to be